This won't take long. Take them down.
Soon.
I hope that you haven't run into any difficulty. Is there anything? What have you learned? Very well. I will deal with this situation. Guard, please bring Zeron.
What is it, Terena? I'm very busy.
I'll get straight to the point. I have found evidence that you are unbalancing our precarious
I deny nothing. You know I have done everything for the good of Kunda.
I have no choice but to err on the side of Until further notice, I am giving command of the militia to Berun.
I believe you're making a mistake, Terena, but I will not let my pride compromise the militia. I will still serve.
Thank you, Zeron.
I'm grateful for your support, Administrator. As the new leader of the...
That will be all, Baron. I hope that you haven't run into any difficulty. Is there anything? There are plenty of opportunities to assist people on Dantooine. Too many, I'm afraid. I would go to the militia headquarters and make your intention. Besides that...
Thanks for your support. I've been waiting for some time to get my chance to lead the militia the right way.
You're making a big mistake. There's good reasons for what I did. You don't know the whole...
The mercenaries have been more hostile recently.
Thanks for your support. I've been waiting for some time to get my chance to lead the militia the right way. I don't suppose you're here.
Weakness is revealed. The honor is mine.
I am an historian and scientist working for the Republic, although I'm certain my contemporaries would judge me more a historian than scientist. Like you, I was looking for some trace of the Jedi. I had heard mention that one of the Jedi Masters had gone there, but I found no trace of them. The other reason was the ruins of the Jedi Enclave, and once I arrived, I felt it was necessary to stay, to protect what was left. Much had been taken from the Enclave, both by raiders and others. I wished to preserve what I could. Many artifacts were taken from the Enclave. I suspect the Jedi themselves took the holocrons and record. Someone has been taking holocrons from sites across the galaxy. The situation on Dantooine is echoed in other places in the galaxy. Raiders, smugglers, more so than the Jedi themselves, I fear that much has been forgotten in recent wars, and I fear that greater trouble, the destruction of the Academy on Ossus near the Kron Drift in the Sith, the teachings of Master Arca, the adventures of Jolee Bin. What else would you like? Someone has been taking the situation on more so than. What else would you like? No. It is something of a mystery why they would exile themselves as they have. It is not the way. I fear that there is something else at work. Something that we cannot. Then again, perhaps the Jedi. It is difficult sometimes for the Jedi to see such things, since much of it is rooted in human. But the reason the Jedi Civil War was named such was because few in the galaxy. To them, they are both. Not always. Jedi often fall. They cause much harm. Uleg Keldroma and Exar Kun, the two Dark Lords during the Sith War many decades ago, were once Jedi. It is perhaps more amazing that some still trust Jedi after many have fallen, and it is also proof that a single hate. No. I do not hate. Jedi are not supposed to be like the rest of us. They are supposed to they are supposed to train students responsibly. Yet all I saw was ignorance and arrogance. It is difficult to follow the Jedi Code when so many Jedi defy the Order during the Mandalorian Wars, and it paved the. There is no blame. All must accept. But, at its core, many of the Jedi Council trained Exar Kun, Ulik, Revan, and Malak. How perhaps there was some essential part of their teachings that was flawed. I am not certain you understand what happened with Revan. Revan had many masters. Zar, Dorak, Master K before K left for the wars. Towards the end of her training, she sought out many to learn techniques. It is said that she returned to her first master at the end of her training, in order to learn how she might best leave the Order. I am not certain you understand what happened with... Revan was captured in the middle of the Jedi Civil War. Revan was brought before the Jedi Council and put on trial. You must understand that the situation, as I understand it, they were able to convince... Revan helped the Republic defeat Malak. What else would you like? I'm trying to save the Republic. Dantooine and the Jedi Order are instrumental to that. Despite the troubles of the Jedi Civil War, there are those among the Republic, and there are admirals within the fleet, who recognize that the Jedi... Yet as long as Onderon remains within the Republic, and the efforts on... The Republic is fragile right now. Telos is important because its success, if Telos is rebuilt and made habitable again. Onderon, strangely enough, was unaffected by the Jedi Civil War. Its resources and position on the Rim make it a vital supply line and guard post. Also, it's the only world in the Republic still capable of seeding ecosystems into other dead worlds. Onderon's wildlife is some of the most aggressive in the known galaxy. Merely placing some of those... The Jedi are a symbol. Plus, there have been times despite the betrayal of many of... What else would you like to know? I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen many people. Faces tend to... What else would you like to know? Before you go, I had a question for you. If the Sith are rising in the galaxy again, then it is strange the Jedi would not be... No, I believe you. I merely find such subtleties among the Sith to be strange. But in the histories, since the time of the Dark Lords Khoon and Keldroma, in any case, it seems to me, if you would have me, I can apply my knowledge and skills to help... Yes, is some... That is hot. I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen many people. That is... A force bomb? I'm not sure... No, I thought... I do not know. I know some... The intent... It is also... Forgive me. You are that Jedi. But the records are somewhat evasive. I wanted to discuss why you chose to leave... I see. And because you went to... Do you have a record of this? Perhaps I shall examine it when I get the chance. I appreciate your... I am ready.
Halt, settler. This is a restricted area. How the hell did you get through the Kinrath? He's a Jedi Master? Well, the bounty's gonna be that much sweeter then. Nar Shaddaa is paying extremely well for Jedi, especially if they're alive. I'm gonna say this nice and simple for your little calf-herding head. Unless you want to wind up dead, leave now. What? That's a Jedi trick! We trained against that during the war. It's a Jedi, man! Kill her before
You have left me enough! Together then!
Always rushing into action without thinking of the consequences. What? You're expecting thanks? Kunda is in danger, and you've ruined the best chance of averting a full-scale conflict. When an opponent believes that you are defeated, they no longer consider you a threat, and they relax their guard, become bold. After I was captured, they talked freely of their plans, enough for me to learn their intentions. I need to get to Kunda and warn them they could be attacked at any moment. The mercenaries have allied themselves with the Exchange and are planning to attack Kunda. They've been holding off for the right moment. And now, since they lost their captive Jedi, they'll attack immediately. I'm going to try to reach Administrator Adari. Time is of the essence.
You are the Jedi I've heard reports of, and I am Azkul, leader of the mercenaries on Dantooine. Straight to the point. I like that. I will be equally direct. I am planning to take Kunda, and you're going to help me. According to my reports, I have 4 times as many soldiers as the militia, and I'm committed to taking Kunda. It is inevitable that I will succeed. If you wish to avoid my men eradicating the people of Dantooine, you will make it easier for me to take Kunda. Of course, I will pay well for your services. There are many ways someone with your abilities can aid us. Before the action begins, I have 2 main tasks in mind for you. Disable the gun. Return to me when you are ready for us to begin our assault. I warn you. Are you ready? Fine. What are you expecting, or the only thing I'm interested in hearing from you? Return to me when you are...
I see you have found the elusive Master Rook. He's told me that his rescue complicated our situation to some degree. I can't say that I anticipated that. I thank you for finding him, though. Rook has informed me that the mercenaries devised a plan of attack to annihilate Kunda itself. I must ask for your aid again, Jedi. I've placed Zeron back in charge of Kunda's defense. Right or wrong, Zeron is the best man to lead the militia in this crisis. Zeron says that even with a plan, the mercenaries have to gather their forces, then coordinate their assault. So we still have time. I'm afraid the militia has not been adequately trained for the task that befalls them. Right now, just us and the militia. I don't want to create a needless panic. But be assured I will make sure that all civilians are warned in time, so they can get to safety. Though if we lose this battle, nowhere on Dantooine will be safe for settlers for long. Our militia is effective at peacekeeping, but isn't prepared for a full-scale battle. If you can do... Besides that, look around Kunda and see what you can do to strengthen our defenses. I know that we don't have the perimeter turrets. Zeron says there is a considerable chance they will breach Kunda itself. Anything... I have instructed the militia and other Kunda personnel that you are to be provided with anything. Here is a mask. Soon, all the civilians...
I was right about you. You are trouble. But you might... The mercenaries aren't quick to mobilize, so you have time to do what you need. We could use people handy with a blaster. Getting people to join the militia for a short stint would be good. We also got a lot of things that could use fixing. It isn't glam... Off the top of my head, the 3 turrets outside Kunda are on the blink. They went haywire the other day and wounded some of my men, so we took them offline. The men who were wounded by the turrets are holed up in the med lab. But our medic droid is busted. I've had some men lay traps around Kunda, but nobody here really specializes in demolitions. The side security door to Kunda has been malfunctioning as long as I've been here. We got some broken assault droids that have been collecting dust for the last 5 years. If they were working, if I had it my way, I'd recruit any citizen. I don't know for certain. It could be a day or even a week. Depends on... Inspecting the perimeter, talking to the troops and coming up with a battle plan. I've fought in a war or two, but when you're ready, come...
You heard what the administrator said. Each of us has to do what they can to aid in the defense of Kunda. See where you can lend a hand. We'll have time to talk more when this is all over.
Zeron was right about the mercenaries all along. I guess my ego clouded my judgment.
Who is that? I heard you turned in the corpses. You aren't serious, are you? I'll assume it's a joke, because you don't...
Jaren says you saved him down there. Next time you should ask for a reward.
Ah, the trap. So, I have no real desire to put myself in harm.
I feel much better now. I really hope that, but it's nice to see you again. I hadn't even thought of that. I know the militia will take just about anyone. Well, I want to think it through, but I think I might just...
I hear you saved Joran. How many settlers would help us salvagers? You're all right back.
Together then!
A weakness is revealed.
Its battle is joined!
A weakness is revealed.
I don't suppose you're here to hire us. It's been a long time since we've had a paying job. Some of us are getting... It's just another... We have to live... There's a natural order. I have time. Most of us are the really skilled. A sentient by the...
Can I help? Just try. It's not glad. I've heard the rumors too. We didn't pick.
Thanks for the help. Since you're asking me, I suppose I could. Zeron is asked.
The Administrator's the only hope we have. Without her, the settlers would just squabble amongst themselves like they used to.
I feel better. Thanks.
told to provide you with anything.
I was right about it. The mercenaries aren't quick to mobilize, so you have time to do what you need. You sure? Once we're done with that, there may not be any... That's fine. Better take it. When you're ready...